This is the Dallas Morning News.
Welcome to the DMN Morning Debrief. Everything you need to know about what's going on across North Texas. I'm Joe Snell. Coming up, a look at a recent string of heated confrontations at City Hall meetings. But first, the weather and today's headlines.
The National Weather Service extended its extreme heat warning for Dallas-Fort Worth until Wednesday evening due to persistent, dangerous heat. Wednesday's high will be 105 degrees, with a heat index of 108. This weather report is compiled using information from our news partner, NBC5. In today's headlines, Fort Worth-based American Airlines is bringing seatback screens back to its narrow-body planes, reversing an earlier move towards streaming entertainment on passengers' own devices. The screens will come on all new Airbus and Boeing deliveries starting in 2028 and on retrofitted aircraft. The change affects a major part of American's fleet, which includes more than 870 narrow-body planes, and it brings the airline closer to competitors United Airlines and Delta Airlines. American is also adding more first-class and main cabin extra seats as it tries to narrow a profit gap with those rivals. Airline analyst Henry Hardeveldt called the investments good news, but said the 2028 timeline may frustrate passengers because installation and safety certification are complex. Meanwhile, Fort Worth's Coyote Drive-In will close after its final screening on Labor Day, Monday, September 7th. The theater says the closure is part of the Trinity River Vision Project, including the Panther Island expansion with 2 new canals and a 3-acre park. Its lease with the Tarrant Regional Water District included an agreement to end when construction started. Coyote Drive-In opened in 2013 with help from investor Jimmy Buffett, and it became a local outdoor movie staple for families and movie lovers. Managing partner Glenn Solomon said the theater was meant to be more than a place to watch movies, but a place to make lasting memories. And for our final story, a curious Texas reader asked what happened to the so-called Bonnie and Clyde house on Singleton Boulevard. The short answer is that the former Barrow family home and Star service station was demolished in April 2022. It was not exactly Bonnie and Clyde's house at that location. Clyde Barrow lived in the original family home before his father moved it from Muncie Avenue to what is now Singleton Boulevard in the early 1930s. Bonnie Parker did not live there, but Clyde's parents operated the filling station while Bonnie and Clyde were on their roughly 2-year crime spree. In 2020, the Dallas Landmark Commission began considering the building for historic protection, but the process stalled during the COVID-19 pandemic. A 2-year demolition moratorium expired in March 2022, and the building was torn down about 6 weeks later. The site is now home to Hello, Deluxe Car Wash, but the property remains part of West Dallas history.
Hi, it's Joe again, and it's time for today's Debrief Extra. Some city council meetings in North Texas are getting louder, more crowded, and at times, confrontational. Dallas Morning News staffers Lily Kirsch and Angela Matthew explain what's happening.
A 4-hour city council meeting in North Texas recently devolved into booing and shouting.
At another meeting, a former state lawmaker was dragged out by his limbs.
If you've seen clips of local meetings in Texas lately and thought, is this normal? It's not just you. They really are that packed, that loud, and that divisive.
Here's how North Texas City Council meetings became viral spectacles. Most local meetings are sleepy and sparsely attended. But this summer, some have stretched past midnight, with hundreds of people giving public comment. Municipal issues like zoning and building places of worship have become controversial. Plus, hot-button issues like data centers are adding fuel to the fire.
We cover the Dallas suburbs in Collin County, where meetings have become especially heated. As the demographics of the suburbs change, some online influencers have inspired their viewers to attend local meetings and air their thoughts about cultural and social issues that cities can't always address. I recently went to a McKinney City Council meeting where some people protested a plan for a mosque by criticizing the values of Islam. I watched as the city's former mayor was physically confronted by a woman in the council chambers. He had asked that the council judge the mosque site plan fairly and was booed on his way out of City Hall, all the way to the parking lot.
In Frisco, where 1/3 of residents are Asian, Some people have used public comment to oppose Frisco's growing Indian population and claim there's been H-1B visa fraud. And some of those people don't live in Frisco. The city gained national attention in May after a meeting about a mosque and temples where a pardoned January 6th rioter, Jake Lang, said Muslims and Hindus were taking over Texas.
City council members are wrestling with how to keep meetings tame and productive without limiting their constituents' right to speak.
In June, Frisco City Council banned public comment that doesn't relate to the meeting agenda. But now they're debating what rules to put in place to restore it.
This story was reported by Collin County reporters Lily Kirsch and Angela Matthew and produced by Annika Sankara. Thanks for listening. Find more reporting in today's stories at dallasnews.com. This digest was partially generated by AI and then reviewed and edited by our newsroom staff. We welcome your thoughts, questions, and feedback at audience@dallasnews.com.